Laughter is of vital importance at every age, but I think it's especially important for teenagers. At 15, our son Jeff was a tough hockey-playing kid. And one day he said to me, "Dad, I was just thinking of getting an earring, maybe several, and some tattoos." I said, "Jeff, that is quite a coincidence because I was just thinking of getting all my pants hemmed up just below the knees and getting a t-shirt that says, 'I'm Jeffrey Callaway's dad.'" You know, he laughed for about 5 minutes. I guess that's a tribute to our relationship. He knew me pretty well. I guess he was also considering how humiliated he'd be to see his dad out in public dressed like that. I came up with an acronym for TEEN. The T, try laughter. Teens don't just benefit from their laughter, they benefit from ours. It says to them, it's gonna be okay. Dad's laughing, Mom's laughing. God must be bigger than this zit, this exam, this relational hiccup. So try laughter. The next letter in the word teen is this one, E. Exercise flexibility. One weekend, our son turned our basement into a hangout, complete with a 680,000 volt drum kit, 3 electric guitar amps with volume controls so small you could not find them, a sofa that was best before 1970, they dragged this in, and a surround sound stereo system and speakers the size of small buildings. You know, we decided that if our kids are gonna party, we want it to happen about 20 feet away. Yeah, the music may be a bit annoying, but at our age, we can't hear it much anyway. Last summer, my wife and I were far from home when a voice said to us, "Phil, it's Ron. There's a guy on the beach." He said, "How you doing?" Ron and I grew up in the same town, but I hadn't seen him in years. Sadly, the memories of his childhood weren't the kind you want in your scrapbook. He told of a father who sucked the joy from his life, crushed his spirit and his music collection, verbally stiff-arming his son in almost every conversation while quoting Bible verses to defend his actions. Sadly, Ron hadn't been home in many, many years. When you're raising teens, inflexibility is deadly. Martin Luther said his own father was hard, unyielding, and relentless. He couldn't help but think of God that way. You know, remain rigid and unbending, and you can expect your kids to rebel. Now, I'm not the sharpest butter knife in the drawer, but I noticed early that good parents change and adapt and listen more than we lecture. Yes, church and devotions are vitally important, but supper time and bedtime can be even more significant in a child's upbringing. Try laughter, exercise flexibility, and for the many of you taking notes, the second E on teen stands for this: Encourage Discernment. When our kids spouted cliches, we challenged those. We asked questions they would be asked in the big bad world. Their friends would sit in our living room a few feet from a dormant TV and discuss everything from politics to alcohol to sex. Is there a better, safer place to think through issues than under the guidance of parents who don't have all the answers but they love God? And they think teenagers are the coolest thing since flared pants? Never has a generation had more bad choices so close at hand. And the best way to encourage discernment is to model it. One thing I love about teens is their baloney detectors are set really high. They can spot a fake a mile away. So we don't need to be cool. We don't need to have all the answers. We need to be real, say sorry, be vulnerable, show them contentment and joy and discernment. Show what those look like. When a friend discovered that his son had left curious footprints on the internet, he was sad but not surprised. "I know my own heart," he told me. So I sat down with him and talked of the difficulty I've had making right choices in my own life, but how with God's help, I've taken steps to make those right choices, steps that have likely saved my marriage. It gives our teens hope to know that we were once teens ourselves, even if they think it was back before the invention of electricity. So remember, try laughter, exercise flexibility, encourage discernment, and I'm going to finish that acronym the next time right here on Laugh Again TV. And if you're a teen, practice saying something that will give your parents a heart attack. Are you ready? Say this. Come on. "Hey, it's 10 p.m. I better go to bed." Subscribe to Laugh Again TV. Subscribe to Laugh Again TV.